Hey guys, I'm coming on here. It's not really live, it's just a video, and I'm just going to upload it on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. Just because I'm going to have a house full. I'm celebrating my sister-in-law, Amanda McFrederick's birthday today. She's actually the same age as me. We're just a couple days apart. So if you want to help celebrate her birthday, wish her happy birthday from me. So I'm just going to do a video. That way, if it does intend to get a little loud or we have extra people in the kitchen, it doesn't get like where the video would get too long from distractions. So I'm just going to do a video. But I want to start off showing you some of the ingredients that I will be using. Okay, everybody, I have Rotel. Normally, I get a low sodium. I couldn't find it in the big can, and I only found one low sodium in the small can. You use any Rotel that you want. You could do original, or you can do the mild, or you could do the hot. I chose the mild. I just get one big can. Like I said, I do low sodium, but you do not have to. Same with the seasoning. I usually get either Taco Bell's or I get some of the other brands that I've used. Oh, I can't think of the blue packet, I'm sorry. But the reason why I get this is because this says 25% less sodium. I do low sodium, guys. And when you get the blue packet, and I'm so sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of the blue packet. Even though it says it's 40% low sodium, if you turn it around, and I'll show you. This one says 220 milligrams of sodium. The blue one actually says 300 and some milligrams, even though it says it's 40% less sodium. So here's my first tip in making my taco salad, well, my taco bake. Whenever you want to stay low carb, low sodium, look for the packets to either 25% less low sodium, or on the can it would say low sodium. In my case, I could not find low sodium in the Rotel, so I'm actually stuck using the original with the sodium. But always pay attention to your label. So this is going to be a tip. Always pay attention to your label. Just because it says 25% to 40% less sodium, compare them. Always compare them to the other brands, because if you look on the back label, just because one says 40%, which sounds more less sodium than a 25%, it doesn't mean it really is. And I found that out. These Doritos that they're going to be using, I will show you mine. Okay, everybody, these are my high-low chips that I get from Costco. It says keto your way. They're nacho cheese, and they're only 3 net carbs, and there's 9 grams of protein in it, and they look just like this. I don't want to get my hands cheesy yet, but they look like nacho cheese Doritos. So as I'm making my taco bake, I may pause in between so I keep the length of the video down, and I will show you the finished product. But right now, I'm going to set my oven to 350, whoops, and let that warm up. I got my frying pan out, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to use 3 pounds of ground beef, just because I have people coming over. I'm celebrating my sister-in-law's birthday, so we have 4 people coming, so I need 3 pounds of ground beef. So that's why I have 3 packs of the taco seasoning, 1 per pound. And this is why I have the big can of this, and then we have our own individual Dorito. So I'm going to pause in between because I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, guys, I am browning 3 pounds of ground beef. Once it's browned, I will add the additional ingredients, and I will show you that shortly. I'm just going to wait for this to brown, and then I will be back. Okay, so I opened my can of Rotel. You can either leave the liquid in there or drain it. In my case, I have to drain it because the taco seasoning in the ground beef, you have to add water, so you don't want your taco bake to be really watery. Now, there is another way you can do it. So here's a second tip. You can just eliminate 1 cup to 2 cups of water. You know, when you do the packet, it's like one, whatever cup it says on there. You can just eliminate 2 of those and then just use all the water to get the flavor of the rotel, or just follow the recipe on the taco seasoning and drain the rotel. Right now I'm just draining it. Reason why I'm draining it is because it doesn't have the low sodium in it like I wanted it to. So I feel like if I drain most of the liquid out, I'm not going to get all that sodium. And the packet requires 2/3 cup of water. So I'm using 3 packets because it's per pound of ground beef. So I have to do 1 per pound. So you can eliminate like maybe 1 of the 2/3 if you're doing a 3 pound. Or if you're only doing 1 pound, just eliminate that and use the juice in your rotel. Normally, I would use the juice in the rotel and just eliminate the 2/3 cup of water that you would use for the packet, as following the instructions on here. But as I was stating before, I couldn't find the low sodium rotel that I normally do, which has got like a bluish label on it, in the big can. And when I saw the small can, they only had 1. And I needed a larger can, so I would have needed to get 2 or 3 of the smaller cans. So that's why I drained it. But in reality, I would normally not drain it and just eliminate the water that's required for the packet, because you're gonna get more flavor. And but unfortunately, I just chose to do that to lower my sodium. So that's tip number 3, because I'm keeping it low carb and keto. And most of you know that I'm gastric bypass patient. So when you buy your ground beef, you don't really want a dry ground beef, but it's up to you if you want to do like a 90-10 or an 80-20. This one's a 70-30, I believe, just because, unfortunately, it was on the cheaper side. If I would have done the 80-20, because being a gastric bypass patient, you have to eliminate a lot of the fats. But when you're doing low carb and keto, you have to be fat adapted. So you need to get your full fats in. That's how you get fat adapted, and then you lose the weight. And then you stay in like ketosis. Well, I can only find the 70-30. So that's fine, because if you can tolerate that, if you're doing like keto or low carb, then it's on the cheaper side. So if you go 80-20 like I normally do, the meat can be just a tad bit drier, but it was like 20 bucks. So I got this a little bit cheaper, and I just go to Walmart and I just buy the logs, because the logs are a lot cheaper. So that's the other tip. And I'm going to pause in between me cooking, because that way I don't continue this video long, and I just get to the point of how I'm making my taco bake. So I'm going to pause this again. I just wanted to show you what I have done so far. The meat is browning. So you want to brown your meat because you want to drain the grease out of it. So you don't want to add anything that would lose its flavor if you drain the grease. So brown your meat first. And I will be back.
We have you guys over Saturday.
Alright.
So we could put that pool. But I'm thinking about taking this freezer. Oh, he didn't put that in. Did you see the light, the electrical outlet downstairs?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Well, we ended up making it to 30. New Year's resolution, me, Tammy, and
Hold
Vinny.
that thought. I gotta get this stuff in real quick. Sorry. Oh, I think it'd been going. Oops. Hey, everybody. I forgot to pause, so I'm really sorry. So if it's a long video, that would be my fault. I'll try to trim it. But I already browned my ground beef. I put my 3 packets of my taco seasoning in because it is 3 pounds. And I did 3 of the 2/3 cups of water because that's what it calls for. Like I said, you can eliminate the water if you're going to use the can of Rotel. I drained mine so I could have less sodium in mine. Goodness. 1 second. I just don't want to get it. Hold on a second. Thank you. Ooh. My sister-in-law decided to go ahead and videotape me. So what I did is I just added my can of my Rotel. So I apologize if the cameras kept rolling. I thought I paused it, but right now, so what I did is brown the ground beef, added my taco seasoning and the water. Like I said, you can eliminate the water and just leave the liquid from the Rotel. And I'm going to add my green peppers. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's a taco bake. Normally, if it was just going to be taco salad, I would have everything separate. And the reason why I use Rotel is because it is a taco bake. Normally, I would just chop up the green peppers and I would chop up tomatoes and leave it separate with the shredded lettuce, and then I would just assemble it on a plate. But because this is a taco bake, I'm going to incorporate everything and let it saute just for a minute. So you just add in whatever desired amount you want. Just kind of eyeball it. Yes, I have clean hands. So you just kind of eyeball it. You may not. I use 3 green peppers because they looked a little small, but I can tell that I probably won't use the whole container. You don't want to overwhelm it. So I did not use the whole container. So that's okay because I have enough left over if I want to make an omelet. And if I have any taco meat left over, I can just make a taco omelet. So all I'm doing is making a mess. I'm sure my dog will eat it. Just incorporate it. Just kind of stir it up, incorporate it. Normally you can add onions. I actually forgot the onion. And some people can't tolerate onions, so I didn't get an onion, but I actually forgot. I don't know, do you like onions?
It gives me gas.
Yeah, see, it gives me gas, so I don't mind eliminating. So those of you that can tolerate onions, you can use like a sweet onion. I wouldn't recommend the purple onions, so either the Vidalia onions, the yellow onions, or your white onion, whatever. I don't add a whole lot in there because I feel like you get gassy enough. So it's on you, but I did actually forget the onion. Sometimes I'll just slap green onions in here because it's a little bit milder, just because I have the Rotel and the green peppers in here. And remember, this is all keto friendly, but you guys can incorporate your taco bake the way you want it. You can even just eliminate this and make burritos or just soft tacos, or you can just leave it like this and then just assemble it. But I'm gonna be adding like the cheese and all that, so I'm gonna just put the lid on it and just let it saute with the flavors just for a minute before I assemble it in the 9x13 baking dish. And my lovely assistant is going to pause my video. Okay, everybody, so I'm starting to assemble, so I'll show you how to assemble it. I got all my ingredients in here, and I just layered it in there. Now, you can layer it however you want. You can do it how I want. Now, when I make taco salad, I keep the lettuce separate and have it cold with the green bean, or not the green beans, but the green peppers and the cold tomatoes. So when I assemble it on the plate, you have the hard vegetables. But because this is a taco bake, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate everything all at once. So all you're doing, because it's already cooked, all you're doing is just heating the cheese up. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the remaining ingredients, which is my lettuce and my cheese. So here's the cheese I'm using. That's called the Fiesta blend. Now, they do have a taco blend cheese, but I think the Fiesta blend goes good. Now, taco cheese is good if you're just doing taco salad, but because this is a taco bake, it has finely shredded Monterey Jack cheese. I get finely shredded because it doesn't drop out and it's not so thick, and it's easier to work with. It's got cheddar, queso, quesadilla, and it says asadero or something like that cheese. So I like this blend for the taco bake. Now, taco salad, I will use a like a taco cheese blend, and I also use Cheese Whiz whenever I do just a taco salad. But remember, this is a taco bake. So I'm gonna hand my phone to my sis while I start to assemble. Thank you. So I'm all just layer the lettuce.
All set.
And the oven is already preheated at 350 degrees because you really don't need a high temperature. Like I said, you can put the lettuce on top after this comes out. And if you wonder if it wilts, I've never had an issue with it. I mean, it gets warm like Taco Bell if they put your taco together with the lettuce already in there. So that's kind of how it is. And you don't even have it in the oven that long. You're just melting the cheese is all you're doing, because all the meat and everything's already cooked and warmed up. So I'm just gonna add this. You're just like making it like a taco lasagna, I guess. But this isn't a taco lasagna. I have made taco lasagna before, and I made a lasagna, which is a mix between lasagna and tacos. Okay, I think that's kind of enough lettuce. So the next thing I'm gonna do is the cheese. So I might get messy. So I get to finely shred it because it is easier to sprinkle and it's less bulky. And you can layer it however much cheese you want. I don't know about my sister-in-law, but I love the cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
Now, also too, you can add any seasonings you want to your taco bake. I didn't really add any taco seasoning because that's what the taco seasoning packet is. But if you want additional heat, you can add jalapenos. If you want to add like, yes, I like a lot of cheese, everybody. If you want to add, I got to get all the cracks and crevices, everybody. And if you want to add, like, you know, multiple bell pepper colors and not just green peppers, you can do that as well. I think that's good. Just got to get the cracks, crevices on the side. I used a 2-pound bag, but I probably only used 1 pound of it. And they do sell 1 pound of it. Now it goes in the oven, you guys. And all you're doing is just letting the cheese bubble. Now you can just broil it, but I just turned it on a 350 degree oven, and I'm just going to wait for the cheese to melt. And then the last thing would be to finally cut it and assemble it on the plate using our Doritos. Once again, I'm going to show everybody my Doritos. I'm a gastric bypass patient, but if you're keto or low carb, high-low chips from Costco. That's the only place that I've seen them. I'm sure you can get them online. I've never seen them in Walmart as of yet. They have 9 grams of protein. I need my protein. That's why I get them. And only 3 net carbs. And I'll just show you one of them so you know what they look like. And I will take a bite because that's how you're going to know it holds their shape like a Dorito. So listen to this. I told you they're just like a nacho Dorito. The Doritos are for everybody else, but that's a high-low chip. It holds its shape and it's good to dip. I hope you guys like my taco bake. I will pause this and show you the finished product after I get it out of the oven. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks to my sister-in-law for assisting me with the camera. So, I just got this out of the oven. That's what it looks like so far. It's called a taco bake. Now, you can add some diced tomatoes on top, but mine's all incorporated. So, I'm going to finish assembling it. I just kind of cut it like a lasagna. So, I just kind of go in here like this and just cut it. Now, if anybody wants extra, they're more than welcome to come out and have extra. I just kind of cut it into kind of like a cake. Even though I made it uneven back here. And then I just kind of go down the middle. And if you want your cheese melted more, in other words, we can't wait. So we're eating ours like it's melted, but it probably could have stayed in there just a little bit longer. So I'm going to attempt to try to take the first piece out, but it's probably going to fall apart. That's okay, because that's going to be my husband's. So we'll just let his fall apart. I'm going to use a towel. So you might want to use a towel for this. Actually, I was going to use a spatula. Let me see if I can get it to work with the spatula. I may go to a spoon. But looks good so far. The first piece is always hard to get out. Look at that ooey goodness. It's called taco bake, y'all. Ooey gooey goodness. Now you can layer it with like some like the taco shells on the bottom, and you know, it could be like a little bit more stabilized, but we're using Doritos. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like. This ain't mine, it's my husband's. So we're just gonna like dip our chips into it. So I'm just gonna layer like some chips kind of like around it. Watch, I'm yelling at the guys making a mess and then I drop them.
At least you clean it up.
Yeah. Normally I just layer the chips on the bottom and then I slap it on top. But I'm just going to do it just a tad bit different. And the last thing that you want to add. Can't miss the sour cream, y'all. And you can also add salsa if you want. I need to come get your plate.
Alright.
I cooked. I'm not his servant. So now on to the next one. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it. You can manipulate this any way you want. But this is my keto taco bake and low sodium. Have a great day, y'all. Thanks for watching.